My buck. No, I'm just kidding.
In 1988, the second trip to Matehuala in the state of San Luis Potosí, that's about 180 miles south of the border in the High Plains Desert. There were 5 aircraft, and we all met at Laredo, Texas, and overnighted. And the next day went over to Nuevo Laredo to go through immigration and also to file our flight plan, which is required in Mexico. And we had filed for Matehuala, and there were 5 aircraft, and none of them were the same. They're all different kinds. And one fellow had a fairly fast Bonanza, and so after we had all gone through immigration and filed our flight plans, we all left. Each of us had passengers and cargo on board. Our airplane was a single-engine 6-place airplane, a Cessna 205, and 6 people on board. And we took off with the group, and the faster fellow in the Bonanza got up and over Monterrey, Mexico, and radioed back that it was a solid overcast. But since he was faster than Perry took his socks off.
Actually, nothing to them. They're pretty nice. You want
No, I don't.
I had to offer.
But he said, since I'm ahead of you guys, I'm going to go on up ahead and see if there's any
any holes,
overcast clears up or whatever, it breaks up. And our airplane was slowest and also the heaviest, so we were obviously the last. And the first guy had radioed back and said, hey, I found a 2-mile diameter hole in the overcast, and I could see the ground and the highway to Matehuala, Highway 59. And he said, I'm going on in. And progressively, each person that got there found the hole and went on in. And as you know how overcast is, you know, on a nice sunny day above it, it's daylight underneath. It's just overcast.
Right.
Well, I had what's called an ONC, an oceanographic map, which was a topographical map only. No names, no anything, just elevations.
And you're flying with that.
Yeah, I was flying with that. That's the only thing I had.
Wouldn't happen with me. I couldn't do it.
Well,
wouldn't now with us.
They don't make Mexican sectionals.
Because of the drug traffic now, you can't get them.
You don't make them. So, sectional. Now you can still buy low altitude en route, high altitude en route, and WAC. Well, anyhow, so here we are rowing uphill, upstream with a slow airplane, and we finally get to the hole, and it's still there. Still 2 miles in diameter, still the sunlight shining through the hole, and I saw the highway. And so I radioed in, I found the hole, I'll see you guys there in a minute. Well,
which we don't even know if they got that transmission because
they
were already up on the ground.
A slight error had occurred that occurred. I've noticed since then that clouds move.
Move. Isn't that amazing? I knew you were going to say that.
And the hole had moved 40 miles west of where I thought I was, and the highway that I thought was 59 wasn't. So we got down, and I was flying down that highway all happy, knowing that Matehuala was just a few miles ahead of us, and we ran into the mountains, and I thought, uh-oh, this isn't right, because there
shouldn't be mountains.
Number one.
So I turned around and headed back north, And of course ran into the Sierra Madres where Monterey is.
So we were in a valley with the highway running down the middle of it. There were mountains. We were like in a bowl, and there were mountains all the way around us. And before you could see the tops of the mountain was the cloud
ceiling.
of layers.
Yeah,
the
isn't
clouds.
that nice?
And
the ceiling.
And you know, you've heard about rocks in the clouds. Well, you don't want to just go.
But
Plowing
where we
through the
were
clouds.
under the clouds, you could see 20 miles.
Yeah.
It was
You know?
11 o'clock in the morning at that time, right about then, and I still had about 5 hours of fuel on board, so no problem in that respect. But I told everybody, we're lost, start praying. And radio transmission doesn't broadcast up and over hills. When it hits a hill, it stops.
Yep.
So we had lost